Hey guys, welcome back to another DIY video. I've got some fun Christmas things for you. Maybe you're done with Christmas, maybe you're not. I know a lot of people just kind of got started. There's a couple of Christmas ornaments in here that would make beautiful gifts as well. So let's get into these budget-friendly DIYs. For this first DIY, I have this house that I picked up from Dollar General on clearance. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I'm sure it was $1 or less. And you can pick similar things like this up at Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna pull off this rope. I might have to use my hairdryer to heat up the glue, but it doesn't look like it. It's just going to remove that. I think for now, I'm just gonna leave the front, even though the paper is torn there. I think I'm just gonna leave the front, it's pretty. And I'm just gonna clean this off. All right, pretty easy. It's a little bit dinged up, it's not too bad. We're gonna give this a coat of paint, white paint, just to freshen up the back. You could do the other side too, but I'm just gonna leave that for now. I am gonna go ahead and paint the sides too, just because there's some kind of dings. There's a couple little gouges, but I'm just gonna paint them white and they'll blend in. It's really not a big deal. It's part of what happens sometimes when you buy marked down pieces. But it makes for some really inexpensive DIYs. If you don't already do this, you should definitely check out like Dollar General, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, just different places and snatch up stuff when they have clearances, because you can always just paint stuff and change stuff. So it's a great way to find some budget-friendly things to make over. We're gonna use the flip side of this disc that was on here as well. So I'm just gonna give the back of this a nice coat of white paint just to even things out and all that. All right, so I'm gonna put a good layer of Mod Podge over this house. I am trying the method where you Mod Podge first, let it dry, and then you do the tissue paper with some heat. So that's what we're giving a try. So now that my Mod Podge is nice and dry, I've got this tissue paper that I got from Dollar Tree. I thought it was really pretty. And I know you're supposed to do this with an iron, but I'm a rebel and I'm gonna try it with my hairdryer, which is what I use as my heat gun. And we're gonna see if it works. If not, I guess I'm going to get my iron. Okay, it's not working at all. Don't try this method. I'm gonna go get my iron. All right, so from what I understand, you just put some parchment paper down on top and then you iron with no steam. I think on like a medium heat. Let's find out. I trimmed down my tissue paper so I didn't have a bunch of excess. And we're gonna give it a go. Seems to be working. This is pretty cool. Make sure you get the edges really good so that you can have a nice clean edge around the outside. Ooh, that's hot. All right, so that is my first time using that method and it worked really good. So I'm gonna use a little nail file to sand off the edges. You just wanna go away from the paper so you're not pulling back up on it. You can just use sandpaper, but I've seen a lot of people use a little nail file and I thought that's probably handy for these smaller projects. As you can see, this is coming off super easy. It does give a little bit of a rustic edge, but I like it like that. Look at how beautiful this paper is. Oh my goodness. For this, I'm just gonna use these pretty red shiny stickers that I picked up from Hobby Lobby a while ago on clearance. But you could use rub-on transfers or Cricut or whatever. I was gonna use some gold rub-on transfers. Hey, my J broke. From Dollar Tree, but I found these and I really wanted to use the red. Let's just see how it fits, because these are fancy letters. I cut them all out and it looks like it's gonna fit, but it might be tight. Oh yeah, we got this, hopefully. I normally would start with the O to center it, but I really wanted to start from the outside because the J and the Y are so bulky that I wanted to be sure that they were gonna be in there. I think I'm gonna leave the dot off the J on the top. I feel like it still looks fine. I couldn't really use the jute twine that came on it again, just because of how I took it off. But I have this, and I have other stuff like that, but I have this berry garland from the Dollar Tree that I wanted to try to use in this pretty pearl color. So I'm gonna just actually cut off a couple of these, and I'm gonna see if I can kind of thread it through the hole on the joy little tag and then wrap it around. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope that you consider subscribing. Just hit that subscribe button down below and make sure your notification bell is turned on. I love sharing budget-friendly, easy DIYs here on this channel. And I'm gonna put just a dab underneath here to help secure that down. For this next DIY, I have this little gingerbread house. This is from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to spruce it up a little bit. I'm gonna use some antique wax by Waverly and a baby wipe, and we're just gonna use that to stain this. You just don't wanna go too heavy. So, this way, I'll kind of avoid getting like clumps in all of the little cutouts. This has a light in it. I didn't show you that yet, but, and so we just don't want to get any clumps there. We're gonna do the front and the back, and I'm gonna try to do the insides as well. You could also use like a paintbrush and then wipe it off with a baby wipe or a paper towel, but I like this because I have a lot of control, so I'm just using my finger. So I'm curious to know if you guys want to continue to see more Christmas DIYs, or is it now getting too close to Christmas that you don't want to see anymore? You're kind of done with that stuff. I'm also, curious, I guess, what you would want to see next. Just should we go into like some winter DIYs? Seems weird to like already be done with Christmas because Christmas isn't here yet, but I know decorating kind of goes on its own timetable. So let me know what you guys think. I am still hoping to do a craft with me live, and I plan to do some ornaments for that, because I feel like you can always use more ornaments, or you could use them as gifts. So I am still planning to do that. I've got some ideas already. I just have to kind of coordinate a time to do that. So be looking on my community tab for that, because that's where you'll be notified when I have it scheduled. And maybe I'll try to schedule the video as well. And then I think then it'll show up in your subscription feed, but just be mindful of that. But aside from that, I'm debating on doing more Christmas DIYs. I mean, I have a lot of DIYs I wanted to do that I never got to just because of life. I was really hoping to get out more than one video a week this season, but that did not happen. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with some fabric paint. I have these that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and then I have this one that I've had forever. So my white one is getting low, so I'm gonna try to get what I can out of that. And we're just going to decorate. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this, but we're just gonna have fun with it. Could also use a little tiny paintbrush. To me, this is one of those tasks that you like put a movie on for or something like that. It's kind of tedious, but it's not necessarily hard. Just enjoy it. This little thing does have a string on top that you could very easily cut it off. I think I'm gonna leave it on and see if I can put this on my little tree that I have like in my kitchen area. But you could easily just take the string off and use this on a tiered tray. Another thing that would be really probably easy for this would be some type of paint pen, but I don't have any of those. I do actually have some coming. I have a company that reached out to me to try out some of their stuff, and I was like, ooh, I've never had like paint pens. I would love to try that. But I feel like that would be very easy too if they have like a fine tip. I will say that this fabric paint does tend to take a while to dry, so just a heads up on that. Okay, I feel like I did pretty good. I butchered the wreath, but everything else is pretty good. For our next DIY, we're gonna use these bead wreaths from Hobby Lobby. They come in a 3-pack, and you could use this as an ornament. You could use this hanging on a small hook. You could use it leaning on like a tiered tray, all sorts of things you could do with it. These wreaths were $3.99, but of course get it when it's 50 or 60% off and not a bad price. I also have these red berry picks from my stash and these Merry Christmas size from Dollar Tree. And then I have this lamb's ear. This was actually from Hobby Lobby on clearance. There were 2 pumpkins on it. One of them already fell off, but I did save it. I will be saving the other one too. This was like $1 on clearance, and I was like, I can pick that apart and use the greenery. So we're gonna use that, and maybe something else, we'll see. The first thing we're gonna do is stain our Merry Christmas sign. I say stain, but you know, with the antique wax, we're gonna do it with the baby wipe, just like we did the gingerbread house. This doesn't take long to dry, but I am gonna do this first just to give it a little bit of time to dry. All right, so now we're just gonna make a little wreath, basically. We're gonna take some greenery and some berries, and you can use whatever you want on this, but I thought this was really cute, and I love finding these things to DIY at Hobby Lobby, especially when you catch the sales. Really, really good prices, and it gives you a little bit more variety than just Dollar Tree. I feel like if you have a Hobby Lobby and a Dollar Tree nearby, Hobby Lobby is more consistent in what they carry than the different Dollar Trees. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Also, say hello in the comments and let me know what your favorite DIY from today's video is. I'm gonna put a little dab by the top of the beads to keep them from turning at the top, because that is where I have the leaves attached. So I realized that this Merry Christmas banner is big for the wreath, but I thought it looked cute like that. So we're just going to attach that with some hot glue. And that's gonna do it for this little DIY. I had so much fun with today's DIYs. I hope that you enjoyed them as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.